I'm giving away one WWE World Heavyweight Championship replica belt once I hit 100,000 subscribers. So go ahead and click that subscribe button today. Welcome back to the Angle Show. I, of course, am Angle. We're going to talk some WWE, AEW news. This one is really big. I do want to get something out of the way. AEW announced that Rob Van Dam is coming back to Collision next week when AEW brings Collision to Michigan. And they announced it in advance. I see a lot of people are 50-50 about this. A lot of people either seem to be against the idea. Some people seem to be for the idea. And I could definitely understand both sides. But the one thing I did want to talk about more specifically is if you go back and watch my videos since 2019, there is one consistent thing I've talked about, and that is AEW's ability to use legends in the right capacity. I stand firm with that. This is why I don't necessarily get mad when a legend comes to AEW television. I'm just being honest. It's one of the things, I mean, you could talk about any other thing that you want, and I think you can make a fair point. I think if there's one thing that historically AEW has shown us is that when they bring in legends for their TV programs, it usually does no harm whatsoever, and it usually helps somebody else in the sense of the booking decision, putting somebody over. I like Rob Van Dam. Obviously, I think it's a smart thing to do to bring him in. AEW Collision ticket sales have not been that great. I mean, just overall ticket sales in AEW have not been that great. I think a lot of things need to change in order to really improve that. And it's not even just the product either. I think you do got to definitely take a look at the economy. Ticket prices are going up. The economy is going down. You definitely got to be fair with the way that you observe this. But, of course, AEW's got to put out the best possible product going forward. A lot of people are starting to complain that Collision feels more like Dynamite now that CM Punk is gone, and that very well could be the case. But I think if there is one consistent since the company started, it is their utilization of legends. For that reason, I am definitely not opposed to this. I am opposed to AEW not signing the guy, though, because at this point, this will be his second appearance. He's a valuable book of information, knowledge. I mean, he's a real veteran. He's worked so many different types of matches and so many different types of storylines, so many different companies. He's experienced. Experienced people can help you win. I would definitely advocate for Rob Van Dam getting hired in a backstage capacity. From a fan's perspective, I think he could be very beneficial there. Guys, WWE, obviously we've talked a little bit about Jade Cargill. Just want to give you guys an update. PW Insider has reported that Jade Cargill, her contract has officially expired with AEW, and that she will be going to the WWE Performance Center this week in Orlando. So it appears that everything we've been saying about Jade Cargill going to WWE, everything that Sean Ross Sapp reported the other day, I mean, everything just seems like it's falling in line at this point. This is the typical procedure. Once somebody becomes a free agent, they go to the Performance Center. When they go to the Performance Center, they meet with officials and do all that good stuff. Now, will she go to NXT? Will she go to the main roster? I still believe she should go to the main roster. I know last time I talked about it, a lot of people disagreed with me, and that is completely fine. But she's been basically working the WWE style ever since she was in AEW, so I don't think it's going to be an issue for her to transition over. I also think she's a lot bigger of a star than people are actually giving her credit for, but Jade seems to pretty much be a lock-in at WWE. And look, there's going to be people leaving WWE to go to AEW. People are going to leave AEW to go to WWE. Some people got offended that I said this was a very big fumble by AEW, and it is. The reason why it is because she's a homegrown star. You could fumble the ball but still not lose the game. And don't ever forget that, right? So I do believe they fumbled Jade. I don't think it kills AEW in any capacity, but I do think they fumbled it. I think it's a costly mistake. This is one mistake that maybe you can afford, but if you start losing other homegrown stars to WWE, those will definitely, put the nail in the coffin. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully everybody understood exactly what I was just saying. But if not, then, feel free to ask me. I do want to turn our attention to some very cool news surrounding Kevin Owens. BWE has confirmed that WWE has major plans for Kevin Owens and Dominic Mysterio in 2024. This is very exciting for a variety of reasons. One, I think Kevin Owens he's established himself as a very reliable talent for WWE, but also he's been very, very entertaining in the WWE. And then I think you got to consider a little bit of Dominic Mysterio and how much he's actually improved since joining the WWE. When you look at the COVID era of Dominic Mysterio and you look at Dominic Mysterio now, I mean, this guy can't even really cut promos because the crowd won't let him. He's a heat magnet. And on top of that, he's been doing some great stuff in NXT as well. He's showing personality. His in-ring stuff is great. That's what wrestling is all about, man. It's all about personality and connecting with people and generating emotions. And people are definitely clinging on to these guys. I actually would love to see Kevin Owens versus Dominic Mysterio feud, just because Kevin Owens, especially when he shows more personality, he's been a lot funnier. But and I'm going to throw something out there. It's something that I think a lot of people might not agree with, but Kevin Owens splitting from Sami Zayn, right? There's talks of Kevin Owens having maybe a year and a half left with his contract. We don't know how much longer he'll be doing it for. We don't know. Maybe one day he goes to AEW, right? These are things that could always be a possibility. But if I was the WWE, and again, I know people might disagree, but I would love to see Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. They've done this match a million times, but I feel like they can always do something different. And I feel like with the way WWE's creative direction has been, I feel like they would knock it out of the park. And our final story of today's video, guys, WWE is set to make a major announcement. This is really, really cool, in my opinion, because I am a little bit of a nerd for the stadium shows. WWE is expected to announce a premium live event for early 2024 in Optus Stadium in Australia. The capacity for this stadium is about 60,000 seats. Keep in mind, WWE has not gone back to Australia for a premium live event since 2018. That last one was Superstar Showdown. I really hope WWE doesn't bring that name back, by the way. I think WWE at this time, going to Australia, going to Saudi Arabia, going to the UK, rumors of them going back to Puerto Rico, rumors of them going to Mexico, rumors of them going to Japan. I mean, I hope all of this stuff actually works out. But WWE is pretty much ready, set, down to do these international shows. I love it. I think international shows have been very good in WWE's favor. I would definitely not mind if WWE continued this going forward. And the fact that WWE is about to announce another stadium show that's not in America just goes to show you how absolutely incredible their product is. I mean, look, it's going to have its flaws, of course, but there is a huge demand for the WWE product, despite the fact that the economy sucks. I mean, there's people buying tickets for WWE shows. WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 39, all of these little house shows are selling tickets. We're looking at all of these different things WWE is selling tickets for, and they're doing a good job of doing it. I think a lot of it has to do with their good creative and good process, and they have a lot of things in the works. I think, I think WWE is creating a product that's in demand. So despite the fact that the economy isn't all the way there right now, I think a lot of people are like, hey, we need a distraction. We're going to go to WWE. That's my view. But I want to know what you guys think. This is pretty awesome news. Don't forget, I'm giving away one WWE World Heavyweight Championship replica belt from WWEshop.com. All you got to do is click subscribe.